next question. Think New Mexico has proposed that title insurance premium rates in our state no longer be regulated, requiring competition in this market. What is your position on this proposal and why? Candidate Lash, you have 3 minutes.
I fully support the changes to the title insurance industry that were proposed by Think New Mexico and brought to the legislature last year. Any reform to title insurance should include at least 3 essentials. First, lowering prices or deregulating them altogether. Second, repealing the 1999 law that gives insurers immunity from negligent or malicious practices. And third, allowing banks and lending institutions to pool their resources to secure better rates for homeowners. Homeownership is of great benefit to individuals and to society at large. When a person buys a home, he or she gains an asset that will continue to appreciate in value over time. Homeowners are actually investing in their communities, paying taxes, and because of that, they're much more interested in the well-being of their communities. For these reasons and others, we need to make it easier, not harder, for people to achieve this aspect of the American dream. Yet with the current crashing financial market, it's becoming more difficult for most New Mexicans to purchase their own homes. There are many aspects of this problem, including making sure that mortgage brokers and insurance agencies have the resources to back up their policies. And as a PRC commissioner, I'll do everything I can to ensure that our insurers are solvent and can weather this ongoing financial storm. To directly address the question, yes, I think we should deregulate title insurance. According to Think New Mexico's well-researched report, New Mexico homeowners could save up to $40 million a year. Think of what that kind of money would do to infuse our local economies with more capital. But don't think only about that money being recirculated in our communities. Think first about how many more people would be able to purchase their own homes if closing costs were lower. Yet New Mexico's closing costs are 8th highest in the nation, and we are in the top 5 states for title insurance costs. Why should our state continue to make it more difficult for our people to own their own homes? The other 2 aspects of reform I mentioned are equally important. Currently, if you have a problem with your title, perhaps the property line is not where you thought it was, or there were neighborhood covenants that you were not informed of, tough luck. Essentially, the legislature has granted title insurance companies immunity from negligence, and the title insurance that you pay for, which is over $1,000 for a $300,000 home, is worth absolutely nothing to you. Finally, 2 simple changes. Allow banks and lending institutions to purchase title insurance. For one, they're the primary owners of the property, at least at the outset. And second, repeal this ridiculous law that requires title insurance when an owner refinances a property which does not change hands. These are simple reforms that would help our communities greatly, and I intend to work with the legislature to help achieve this during the upcoming session.
Candidate Block, you have 3 minutes.
Thanks, Beverly. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been widely reported in the press that I once worked for the title industry. Many times I have expressed that I would do what is right for the ratepayers of this state. I will study all issues and make decisions on the record presented by both sides of the issue. And this is exactly one of those issues. I would also like to state that I do not have a personal opinion on whether or not title insurance rates should be deregulated. That is an issue that must be addressed by the state legislature. In front of me I have Think New Mexico's report. Their report states that New Mexico's rates are the 8th highest in the country. They base this statement on an internet report from bankrate.com, who in turn got their figures from other internet sites. Think New Mexico also concludes from a published article that deregulation will probably reduce rates by a good deal more than 30.6%. The article authors assume this because telephone long-distance toll call deregulation reduced rates by 73%. I would point out to each and every one of you who pay a phone bill, you pay $6.50 per month to subsidize the low interstate long-distance charges. Superintendent of Insurance Mo Chavez commissioned a comprehensive title report study from the University of New Mexico Anderson School of Management, which was completed and delivered to him on November 19, 2007. I also have that report. That report, although studying national rates, concentrates on rates of western states in our region: New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, Texas, and Utah. They 1, defined a comparison group of states. 2, defined an appropriate transaction or set of transactions for which to obtain price quotes. And last, included the price of an equivalent range of products and services. The report concludes that in the state's largest cities, New Mexico's total closing cost ranks 23rd in the nation. The report also states that in the 6-state study area, New Mexico ranks second, only behind Colorado for the lowest prices. The executive summary of the report states, let me read it to you. Based on the data analyzed for this report, we cannot conclude that the cost of title insurance for New Mexican consumers is significantly higher than neighboring states. Therefore, deregulation of title insurance rates in New Mexico will not necessarily lead to a significant reduction in the cost of title insurance for residential consumers. As I stated before, I do not have an opinion about deregulation. I will work with the Superintendent of Insurance, his staff, and commissioners on suggestions for title insurance changes. The legislature will be given both studies and other information, including public input, and will weigh the options available to the state title insurance ratepayers.